The empire of the Varex had ruled the stars for thousands of years. World after world had fallen before their fleets. No species had ever defeated them, no enemy had ever survived their wrath. At the center of this unstoppable empire ruled Queen Cerethra. Her name alone could silence entire planets. Her warriors worshipped her strength. Her enemies feared her shadow. The Varex believed in only one truth. Strength decides, survival weakness deserved. Extinction. Cerethra had lived by that rule her entire life, yet there was one secret she had buried deep inside her mind. Many years ago, the queen had given birth to a child, a daughter who was meant to inherit the empire. The royal advisors studied the newborn carefully. Something about the child was different. Her instincts were calmer, her neural signals unusual. The advisors feared that one day the child might not rule through fear. They warned the queen, if the heir shows weakness, the empire will fall. Cerethra had made a brutal decision. The child would be removed. Queen never asked what happened after that. Then the Varex empire. Mercy did not exist. Past wars were fought, stars burned under Varex conquests. Queen almost forgot that the child had ever existed until one message arrived inside the war command chamber. A commander approached the throne. Your Majesty, we intercepted a strange transmission from human territory. Humans were a young species. They had reached the stars only recently. They were stubborn, unpredictable, and surprisingly resilient, but they were not powerful enough to threaten the Varex. Cerethra looked down at the commander. Why? Bring this to me, because the message contains your genetic signature. The chamber became silent. That is impossible. The commander activated the projection. A recording appeared. Young woman stood inside a human station. Dark hair, calm, eyes confident, posture. She looked human, yet something about her presence felt strangely familiar. The woman spoke clearly. My name is Lyra Van Siesch. Pause. Diff. This message reaches the Varex Empire, then the one called Queen Cerethra must hear it. The queen leaned forward slightly. The woman continued. 22 years ago, a damaged alien vessel crashed on Earth. Inside the wreck, humans found a cryogenic capsule inside. That capsule was me. Human scientists studied the ship, and as data the records say, I am the biological daughter of the Varex queen. The room aboard the Varex flagship froze in silence. Lyra looked directly into the camera. Queen Cerethra, if you are hearing this, then there is something you must know. I am alive. The recording ended for several seconds. Nobody moved. Cerethra slowly stood from her throne. My daughter alive. The queen felt something she had not felt in centuries. Shock. Prepare, my cruiser. 1 hour later, the royal ship entered hyperspace. No invasion fleet followed, only a small escort. And the commanders did not understand why. When the ship arrived near Earth, human defense ships quickly surrounded them, weapons locked, engines ready. Humans were clearly afraid. They did not run. Instead, a communication signal appeared. Lyra stood on the screen again. Queen Cerethra studied her carefully. The resemblance was undeniable. The same silver patterns inside the eyes. The same calm strength. You claim to be my daughter. Lyra nodded. Humans raised me after they found the crash site. They told me the truth when I was old enough. Cerethra asked one simple question. Why? Contact me. Lyra answered without hesitation. Because your empire is preparing to invade human space. Say quiet. Tension filled the bridge. Lyra continued, you think humans are weak. Many species believe that at first, but humans have something very dangerous. Cerethra tilted her head slightly. Explained. Lyra smiled faintly. Humans protect each other. The queen almost laughed. That is not unusual. Lyra shook her head. No, you do not understand. Humans protect strangers. Humans protect people they have never met. Humans protect even those who cannot fight. Cerethra Listened, silently Lyra continued. When the ship crashed on Earth, I was not. Humans knew that they knew I came from a powerful alien empire. They knew one day that empire might attack them yet. They still raised me like their own child. The Queen said, "Nothing," Lyra spoke. Softly, "Do you know what humans taught me strength is? Not only about destroying enemies. Sometimes strength means protecting someone weaker than youth." Bridge of the Verex cruiser remained completely silent. Lyra stepped closer to the camera. "Mother." That word alone shook the Queen more than any weapon. "Mother." Continued, "Humans taught me courage, but the strength inside me also comes from YAM, both Varex and human. That means I understand both sides." The Queen studied her carefully. "What are you asking?" Lyra answered clearly. "Do not attack Earth. If you do, humans will fight, not because they think they can win, but because humans refuse to abandon their home." The Queen had seen that behavior before. Some species fought even when defeat was certain, but humans were different. Their history was filled with impossible victories, small forces defeating larger ones, weak civilizations surviving extinction. Lyra spoke again. "Mother, humans will fight until their last breath, and if you destroy Earth, the rest of humanity will never stop hunting your empire." The Queen felt something shift deep inside her thoughts. War was simple, victory was simple, but this situation was not simple. Lyra continued calmly, "There is another path. Peace." The words sounded strange. Inside the war chamber, Bethra asked one final question. "Why would the Vorex Empire choose peace?" Lyra answered immediately, "Because you finally have something worth protecting." The Queen remained silent for many years. Sarithra believed strength meant destroying weakness, but now she saw something unexpected. Her daughter had grown strong among humans, despite their kindness. Because of it, Lyra looked directly into her eyes. "Humans did not fear me when I was a helpless child. They protected me even when they knew what I was." The Queen slowly turned toward her commanders. All invasion preparations against human territory. Shock spread across the entire bridge. One commander spoke carefully. "Your Majesty, the Empire will question this decision." Sarethra answered calmly. "Then they will learn something new." She looked back at the screen. "Prepare a meeting on your station, Lyra. This time I will come in person." Lyra smiled for the first time. The Queen saw something in that expression, hope. As the transmission ended, Queen Sarithra looked toward the distant blue world of Earth. Many empires in history had been built through fear, but for the first time the Verex Empire might change because of something far stronger. Daughter who survived on humans, who chose kindness instead of fear across the stars. A new future had just begun.